Becky here. Welcome back to my channel. I am sitting outside and it is windy, as you can see, but it is sunny and nice out, and we only have a little bit of this left. I know everybody is in like hardcore fall mood, autumnal vibes, everything right now, but I am just trying to soak up all this sun right now because winter hits here and it hits hard and fast and long. So if you're like me and just need a little bit more sunshine, a little bit more summer before fall fully hits, which here I believe it pretty much has, like September 1st, they're like, oh, fall, I'm gonna go from like 38 degrees to like 12 degrees Celsius and just be cold. So fall has definitely hit, but it's still warm enough to be outside and enjoy some time. So I've read a few books over the summer that I wanted to do like dedicated reading, like either vlogs or wrap-ups for kind of thing, and have sorely neglected that. But I want to talk about My Eyes Are Up Here. I heard about this book a few years ago. I can't remember who talked about it, what channel it was brought up on, but as soon as I heard the name of this book, I was like, yes, 100%, I need this in my life. I need to read it. And then I did not. Oh, now it's really windy. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me over the wind. I don't have like a mic or anything. I'm just using my phone, so. And my garden is creepy. Okay, wind, go away for 5 minutes. A little bit about my personal story about why this was a character I identified with in some ways is I matured very quickly. I don't know how many men are watching this or if there are any men besides like my husband, but just about maturity and puberty and all that fun stuff. I got my period when I was like 12, and I developed and grew very, very quickly and haven't stopped to this day, like 20 years later, and it's still because of pregnancy, weight gain, weight loss, pregnancy, breastfeeding, all those fun things change the way your body looks everywhere. Greer is our protagonist in this, and she is 15. She mentions her size in this. She is quite large for her age. She is like above an H cup, I believe, which I like that when you're this old, like C, D cups feel fairly big and well endowed. But some of us are even more blessed than that. So it was really hard being so well developed. People assumed that I was older than I was, of course. And I lived with my dad for a while. There's a cucumber like in the middle of my yard. I lived with my dad for a while between the ages of like 13 and 17, and people used to think that we were dating and would give my dad like dirty looks, like, how could you date somebody so young? And it's like, that's my daughter. Like, creepy. Clothes shopping, like she goes shopping in here for a dress, and like I wanted to cry because been there, done that. Clothes shopping is the worst ever. To this day, I like want to leave them all just crying, trying to find clothes that fit me, pants, shirts, it doesn't matter. I have gained weight now in my later 20s and 30s, mid 30s now, having 4 babies, breastfeeding, all that fun stuff. I have gained weight, and being addicted to sugar doesn't help. But I was never like skinny, but I was like tinier like everywhere except for the chest. And when I gain weight, it's pretty much in the torso, like the stomach, breasts, and that's where most of my weight sits. And baby sitting in the sun out here soaking up some vitamin D. He just finished his bottle. In order to find shirts that would fit me in the chest, they'd be like falling off my shoulders all the time. This is constantly what I'm dealing with, because it's like I was small everywhere. Like I was like a size medium everywhere except for right here. I needed like an extra large, and now I'm going like above that. Now I'm like plus sizes, but it's still like so frustrating. Like in like pants, I wear a lot of like the legging stuff, and it's like a medium. Now I'm more like a large or more, but I'll be like a medium in pants and then like an extra large in shirts, and that's okay because I'm not buying like suits. I can buy different sizes depending on what I need, but it's just really frustrating. And then my newest complaint for clothes is finding shirts that will fit, like they will be big enough to fit, but if I like so much as like move my hands up a little bit, they're like, the shirts are riding way up, and they're not meant to be crop tops. Like, don't even get me started on the crop tops while I'm trying to shop for my 10-year-old daughter who is built like me, and is in like size medium women's clothes, and she's 10, and everything that's popular right now is crop tops, crop tops, crop tops, crop tops. And I gotta tell you, it doesn't matter what your body is. You could be a supermodel, you could be like the skinniest person in the world. You might not want to show off your stomach, whether you have stretch marks or you have scars, you've had a C-section or not. You could have flawless, beautiful, perfect skin and not want to show off your belly. And if you want to show off your belly, I don't care what size you are, I don't care what stretch marks you are, I don't care if you've had C-section or other scars on your stomach or your sides or your back or whatever, you want to wear a crop top, that's fine. Go ahead, you do you. Live your best life, let it all hang out if that's what you want to do. But we should have options for crop tops and, you know, longer tops, and even like longer, because I was looking at a shirt with and I showed my husband, this was at Walmart, and it had like the stretchy top. And those shirts that have like the section for like the breasts, and then there's like some kind of lining, and then it's like the bottom of the shirt, do not work for well-endowed women. And it was a shirt kind of like that, but it was like stretchy on top, and say like the stretchiness was like this big, and it wouldn't fit quite like over top. So I'm like, okay, so that's a large. So I go to an extra large, a double X. I went to like 4XL. And the amount of space between the top part and the stretching part, like where that would be covering your breasts, and then down, was like the same width the whole way. It just got bigger this way. So like, I'm like, okay, it's a 4XL and it's still only covering this much breast vertically, no matter how wide it just kept getting. And I'm like, why? I need shirts that are built like that cover, like, oh, I have breasts, and then I also have a stomach and the rest of my torso. So fashion sucks. Clothing sucks. And if I could, I would create clothes. But I get frustrated just sewing a straight line. And I've tried crocheting a couple tops. I like it, I enjoy it, but my weight is fluctuating too much, and my size fluctuates too much, especially with breastfeeding right now. So it's really, really difficult to crochet a top and have it like stretchy enough. But I definitely want to learn like how to make clothes, especially with my daughter coming up and growing the same way I am. And I posted on Facebook, I'm like, I am in an L, JKL cup, and I still get the quad boob where it's like they're hanging out and you get like the lumps and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm like an L cup, and my bra is still not big enough for me. Somebody said, well, I think it's time for you to get a reduction. And I'm like, why should I have to physically change my body having a major surgery in order to fit the beauty standards and the fashion standards of today? And also, bras are expensive. If I go and get fitted and stuff like that, I could be walking away with a $120 bra. One bra. These bras that not this one because this is a nursing one, but the ones I typically buy are about $65 each. I probably go through one like every couple months with the way, like how heavy I am. Do I want surgery? Yes, I do, eventually, one day. I mentioned I would get it when I was 40, and then I was like, maybe when I'm 35, and then I got pregnant at 34. I'll be 35 in a couple months. So it might still be 40 before I get this surgery. And I want it for a multiple of reasons, including lots of back pain, lots and lots and lots of back pain, and bad posture, and neck pain, and clothes, and bras, and everything. But it's so frustrating, he's walking outside, that I have to change my body to fit the clothes that are out there. So like reading this, yeah, it hit hard in those areas. So Greer is 15 years old, in high school, and wants to join the volleyball team. Her mom is a relocation expert specialist, and the book starts with her mom meeting a client at Starbucks, and that client has a teenage son, of course, so she brings Greer along with her so that Greer can talk to the son, and I can't remember his name, tell him all the cool teenage things to do in town. Jackson. Son's name is Jackson. That's not where they're from, right? Yeah, Jackson. I really liked their relationship, and this is YA, so you have to remember that there's some like miscommunication. There's some things that you're like, as an adult, you're like, come on, you guys, like this is, I don't want to say stupid, but like it's not that important. Or if you just talked about this or that, whatever. But it is YA, and I think it's an important book to have for kids, teenagers this age going through these things. I think this is really important, and I'll definitely be passing it on to my daughter when she's a little bit older. She's a little bit young for this yet. She's only 10, but I'm glad that it's out there and available. I did not get a chance to do a lot of highlighting in this or whatever, but I did do some dog earring. It's kind of hard to see, but... And she talks about... I don't know if anyone else has read this book, but there's this bra that she buys so that she can play volleyball. It's like the stabilizer, and I was like Googling it, trying to figure out if I could buy this bra. Like, honestly, I don't play sports. That's not the only reason why I don't play sports. I'm just not really sporty, but maybe I would have been more if this was easier, but... Okay, so it is hours later, and there was just somebody hanging out on the other side of my fence towards the main road. So I don't know what that was about, but I told my husband, I was like, I can't film a video talking about my boobs when someone's just like creeping around behind the fence and can hear me. But I can post it on the internet for the whole world to see, apparently. But like I said, that's the point of editing and stuff like that. I can just sit here and blabber on all I want, then edit and make myself sound good. Kinda, ish, a little bit. But anyways, I think I was just gonna read a few like quotes from this. Like I was talking about, I have tabs or dog ears, sorry not sorry, about just some of the things that I identified with, I guess. Oh, I was talking about like what size she is. She's a 32H. That was right under my first dog ear. Right there. 32H. She named her breasts Mauve and Mavis, which I think is hilarious. I never did name mine. My best guess now is that they might be H cups. I'm not 100% sure, because even if you watch a dozen videos on how to measure, it's much harder to do on yourself, especially if your breasts tend to hang low. Then the measurement is misleading. Have I considered having my mom or a friend or a stranger in Victoria's Secret measure me, as every pergy-booed, bra-curious woman on the internet does? No effing way, but thank you for the suggestion. Seriously, get measured by a professional. Get help. Even if you're doing it at home and you're married, get your husband to do it, or your partner. If you're a teenager, get your mom to do it. It might be awkward if you ask your dad or your brother or something, but get a mom, get a sister, get an aunt, whatever. Get somebody to help you measure, and better if they're professional. Trust me, it can be awkward and stuff, but you just gotta get over the awkwardness of it. Like, honestly, you need a good bra and you need good support. And even I, having gone to professionals and everything like that, right now I'm not getting the best support ever, and that's just a reality. But it's better than it has been in the past, and it's better than it would be if I was just never gotten professionally measured before. And they're there to help you and make sure everything is like when you go like Victoria's Secret, they don't know. Victoria's Secret is, she's not that big. I'm letting it out right now. If you are large chested, no, Victoria's Secret is not for you. Go somewhere where they like deal with bigger sizes, and they will like make sure you're in there properly. They'll get you like bend over and shake it all about and everything like that. Trust me, you need to be professionally fitted. It might be awkward, it might be whatever, but just do it. You'll be very thankful. And then here is where I 100% grew up with this and identify with this. They have gotten a little bit better. Like I said, I wear the Goddess bras, and they do come in pretty colors and not just like white and beige, maybe black if you're lucky. They actually come in like this, not this one that I'm wearing, my ugly gross nursing bra that I need to wash because baby threw up all over me after that video. So after I was recording earlier, and then we went inside and he nursed, and then just like bleh, all over me. So that was great. But they do have some that are like prettier patterns and things like that. So it's out there, but it does get expensive. The exact size doesn't matter that much anyway, because once you get past a couple of D's, bras are expensive, hideous, or hard to find. Or they pretend to be the right size, but don't actually hold anything up in or still. 1,000%. Yes. So true. And bras are uncomfortable and annoying, and underwire. Have you ever had your underwire break and pop you and like just dig into your underarm all day long? Yeah, 100 times. It sucks. And then you need a whole new bra because now it's not even doing its job. And then people talk about like how horrible underwire bras are and how like they would never wear an underwire bra. Like, I wish I could get away with not wearing an underwire bra. Trust me. Like, I don't wear it because I love it. I wear it because I have to. Everyone talks about that, like when you get home, the bra comes off. I can't walk around comfortably in my own home without a bra on. They're too big. They're too in the way. They're too touching everything. And it's too much. I don't get any relief from the bra until bed. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. My husband just walked home. He was just like at a friend's house a few doors down and took the baby with him and just came home, and now the baby's screaming. Oh, and she talks about like going out like with her friends who are like normal size. Do you want to go swimming? And she's like, no, Maggie, I don't want to swim, because if I walked out onto the pool deck, half the people would lean to their friends and make the same joke about buoyancy. I don't want to swim because no matter how slowly I walked, every step would make my boobs shake like Godzilla stomping through a flea market. Because I can't flip over to tan my back like the rest of you, because I can't lie on my stomach, and because I need to do something about all these loose pubes now that they've got me thinking about them. I don't want to swim because as enormous as Maud is, Mavis is a little bit bigger. That's perfectly normal. I don't want to swim because I can't stand people thinking my body is there for their amusement, because they're not interested in the fact that my feet are completely average size, or that standardized tests are fun for me, or that I'm really not nice to Tyler, or that my parents named me according to Jewish tradition even though they don't believe in anything except matzo balls, or that I might be hot, bored, and sweaty and just want to get in the pool like everybody else, or that under all this breast tissue, which by the way is denser than fat and therefore not particularly good for buoyancy, is an actual beating human heart. No, Maggie, I don't want to swim because I do not own a swimsuit anymore. No, I say, I have my period. It is a lie. My body's there for their amusement. I can't tell you how many times people have made comments and jokes and stuff like that to me. Even, we went to BC at the beginning of August, and my mom probably told her neighbor about me, and her neighbor helped my mom drive out to the airport. My mom can drive just fine, but she doesn't like driving, and she gets lost, and it's very stressful and all this stuff. So she had her neighbor come with her to drive, and her friend sat in the car. My mom got out, we greeted, we hugged, everything like that. We all got in the car and drove back into town. It was about an hour drive, and then I hadn't eaten anything. We got on the plane. It was like a 6 a.m. flight, and it was like 7:30 or something like that when we landed there, and I was like, can we stop at McDonald's and just get breakfast? And they got out and ran inside to get food and have a smoke and stuff like that, and I got out to like stretch my legs or something, and that lady was like, wow, your breasts are big. I was like, hi, my name is Becky, and this is my first time meeting you. And that's what she pointed out. And that has been my entire life since I was like 13. So yeah, it's been like 2 decades of that's what people notice. I have so many stories of that, of like, I had one guy on the SkyTrain. I was wearing a shirt and it said, I think it said, my eyes are not down here. Something like that. And I mean, to a degree, when you wear shirts that have writing on them, expect people to look at it and to read it. You can't get disgusted or mad, angry at people for reading your shirt, okay? Like, whatever, that's fair. But he was like just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, I was like 17, and there's like 5 people on this train, and he's like, it's okay. He's like, I know I'm looking at your chest, it's okay, I'm gay. And I'm like, okay, now you've drawn attention to all of us, so like, to me and the situation, and it's not just you creeping on me now. Everyone's like, what's going on? And he was like, I was just laughing at your shirt because my sister is like that and she needs that shirt and she's also gay. And I was like, okay, why are you staring at me? Like, please make this stop. And I was telling my friend the other day this story of me and a guy friend, a friend of me and my husband. We went to a concert together. My husband stayed and watched the children. So thank you. So me and my friend ended up going to see Our Lady Peace and I Mother Earth. And so my husband, we couldn't find a babysitter, so my husband took the kids and me and my friend went. I didn't want to be carrying a purse around this concert. So I just took like my ID, my debit, and like my phone, and I think I might have had some cash and just like tucked it into my shirt, like into my bra. All women do this, I'm pretty sure. Like most of us out there. The area for drinking was like in the back of the concert hall, and then we're like up front, because not like right at the stage, but there's like all the people at the front of the stage and then us, and then like in the back are the people drinking. And this lady like stumbles out of the drunk area. I'm talking about that time I went to Our Lady Peace and got molested by this woman.
You're still talking about your boobs?
Yes.
I like your boobs.
Yeah, so does everybody else.
Is this recording? Oh, it is recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Anyways, they let the drunk person out of the drunk area, and she came, and I have naturally curly hair, and this is done because I went to the hairdresser today, but it's like naturally curly, and she was like, oh, your hair's so beautiful, it's so big and curly, and I love it. And she's like grabbing my face, and I'm like, okay. And she's standing like obviously really close to me, and my friend is standing here, and then she was like, oh, your boobs are so big, and she like literally grabbed me and was like, oh, you're packing everything in there, because she could obviously feel like my phone and stuff, and she's like literally just grabbing me. And my friend is like, I don't know what to do, because he told me later, he was like, if that was a dude, I'd totally like, dude, stop touching her, like, she's married, like, leave her alone. Not that it matters if you're married or not, but just like, she's got a guy, she's not interested in you, go away, don't touch her. But he's like, but it was a woman, so I didn't know what to do. And she's like, it's okay, I'm not getting turned on, I'm a lesbian. And I'm like, that doesn't give you the right to molest me just because it's not turning you on. Like, okay, like, clearly she was drunk, and I was just like, I don't know what to do about this situation. But I kind of just like grabbed her hands, and I was like, that's nice, can I go back to enjoying my concert now? And you can go back, wander back into the drunk area, please. Like, literally, this happens like all the time. I don't get it. Yeah, it was an interesting time anyways. But yeah, like, our bodies are not there for your amusement. Like, unless I'm at a strip club on the pole dancing in front of you for your amusement, me just walking down the street isn't for your amusement. And I have nothing against, I know guys and some women and stuff are visual creatures. They see an attractive person and you look. I'm not going to say I don't notice that there's attractive guys walking around. We look and we see things and we notice attractive people, and that's okay. And that's normal. And like, if you want to look at me and be like, you like what you see or you don't, then that's your problem. But when you're like ogling and like drooling and like your mouth is hanging open, it's like, okay, just please go away now. And now I'm like a grown woman in my 30s with kids, all this stuff. It's a little different now, but like as a teenager, like, come on guys, 13, 14, 15, like, I'm a child, leave me alone. Like, and I don't even want to talk about my daughter. Like, at least I know what it's like, and I've been there, I've done that, and I can help my daughter out. My mom's clueless to this stuff. We were walking once, actually, me and my mom, and I reached over like this to like adjust my purse strap, and we were stopped at a crosswalk, and there was cars, like, the cars are going this way, and a car pulled up this way with two guys in it, and we were gonna cross this way, and I stopped and I was adjusting. My mom's like, keep your arm like that, because these guys are just like, this guy's like pushing his friend in the passenger bag, and he's just like staring at me, and my mom's like, just keep your hand up. So yeah, because I can't stand people thinking my body is there for their amusement. That under all this breast tissue is an actual beating human heart. Very powerful. So I would definitely pass this along to anyone in your life that you feel needs it. You need it, your kids need it, a niece needs it, a friend, whatever. Definitely, it's a good read. And the boyfriend, love interest guy in here, I really liked, because she doesn't want to be physically intimate with anybody, because she thinks that they'll be disgusted by her body, because like she's kind of disgusted by it, and because like there's like the whole joke about like being a boob guy, right? But she doesn't think like it's attractive to them. They're so big and monstrous and gross, and they'll be disgusted, and they'll be like just turned off by her. So she doesn't want that. She's too scared to have physical intimacy with a guy. And they have this conversation like at the end, because she kind of like tries to like break it off and doesn't want, because she can't find a dress for prom, and like, yeah, been there, done that. He just kind of says like, I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't notice that you have breasts, because like she's always wearing like this big giant gray sweater, right? And like wearing clothes that are like 4XL to like just cover up all the time, always covered up. But then she tries out for volleyball and on a team, and she needs like a uniform, right? So things are a little bit tighter in that situation. So he does have that conversation like, I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't notice. They're there. It's part of her. It's part of her life. It's her body, right? But he notices that there's more to her than that, obviously. I really, really, really like this. Definitely like 5 out of 5, like 4.5, whatever. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I appreciated the conversations in here, and I'm really excited to jump into Does my body offend you? So maybe I'll just pick that one up from the library and just take like handwritten notes or something. I don't know. But watch for that. Highly recommend. This is Laura Zimmerman. My Eyes Are Up Here. This is her first novel. Hilarious and heartbreakingly honest, My Eyes Are Up Here is a story of awkwardness and ferocity of imaginary butterflies and rock-solid friends. It's the story of a girl finding her way out of her oversized sweatshirt and back into the real world. Highly recommend. Comment down below if you've read this book, if you identify with Greer or not, or with me. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you next time. Bye!